Yes, I know I was wrong. I ain't have no business going off like that, but
Today's story is going to be about Rannita Williams, age 27, a mother of 3 who was held hostage by her ex-boyfriend Jonathan Robinson, 36, on Thursday, April 12, 2018. She streamed what would become her final minutes alive on Facebook, in hopes that her family and friends would come to her aid. Unfortunately, the mother of 3 ended up being fatally shot during the live broadcast. Hello and welcome to Twisted Crimes. Subscribe and hit the like button for more stories.
Family of a Shreveport woman grieving tonight after witnessing the death of their loved one, the mother of 3. The woman being held at gunpoint, trying to speak to someone on a live video call on social media when the man holding the handgun opened fire.
For this case, we will be traveling to Shreveport, Louisiana. Shreveport is the 3rd most populous city in Louisiana after New Orleans and Baton Rouge. Shreveport is probably best known for its flashy riverboat casinos and some other activities and adventures. Rannita "Nunu" Williams was a popular home decorator and mother of 3 from Caddo Heights, a tight-knit community in Shreveport, Louisiana. Her loved ones described her as a happy and popular person. Her clients loved her, and she was extremely good at her job. Rannita was in a relationship with a man named Jonathan Robinson. He had grown up in Shreveport, but had recently moved to Houston, Texas. Everyone in Rannita's life liked Jonathan at first, and said that he was a father figure to her kids. Jonathan could also be controlling, and didn't like that Rannita wasn't afraid to stand up to him. Rannita and Jonathan tried to be in a long-distance relationship, but she quickly realized it would never be the same as it was, especially when she became aware of another woman in Jonathan's life named Shrika. Rannita decided to break it off with Jonathan in the fall of 2017. Rannita met another man and they kicked it off right away, but that did not sit well with Jonathan according to some friends. He was said to have tracked her to a club in Shreveport where he found her and assaulted her sometimes in February. Jonathan had 12 previous criminal record including assault and domestic abuse, so she decided to not press charges just so he won't rack up more felonies. Fast forward to March 2018, Shrika and Rannita started going at each other on social media. She tried to establish to Rannita that Jonathan had moved on with his life, so Rannita should let her new man be. Rannita went ahead to create a new Facebook account, then went live talking about how Jonathan was still trying to get back with her. On this fateful day, April 12, 2018, Rannita, her brother and Anita were all at home when Jonathan arrived at their home, pounded on the door, and kicked the door in. He was holding a gun, and immediately held them at gunpoint. Anita told Jonathan that she was going to call the police. Jonathan got upset and fired a shot that went just past Anita's head. She was able to escape, and run to the neighbor's house to call 911. Jonathan told Rannita that she needed to go on Facebook Live and apologize to Shrika for all the bad things she had said about her in the past. Rannita agreed to do it, which she did.
yes, I know I was wrong. I ain't have no business going off like that, but
She can be heard apologizing as promised. You can also hear Jonathan on the background talking to her.
See right there. Everybody wants to be famous. I'm gonna make you famous.
yes,
What?
I am sorry, y'all. Yes.
What?
No, huh? Yes, that's her. Let me see the phone, sir.
No.
Jonathan eventually shot Rannita in the knee, and said, "Now apologize, B." Rannita apologized to Shrika. After Rannita apologized, her brother was able to escape unharmed. Jonathan shot Rannita 4 times, and said, "B, game over, and B wanna be famous, I'll make her famous." While all of this was going on, the police had arrived, and for an hour 30 minutes they would have a standoff with Jonathan. He fired several shots at the officers outside, hitting 2 cops. He eventually came out after he ran out of bullets and also after speaking to Shrika on the phone. She convinced him to put the gun down and walk outside. He was finally arrested after the long standoff.
An accused killer is behind bars in Shreveport after a shooting during a standoff. He is also accused of shooting a police officer who is recovering from a gunshot wound. KSLA News 12's Jeff Farrell breaks down a chain of events during a very long and, for some, emotional day.
A tragedy unfolded in Shreveport's Caddo Heights neighborhood when police say an alleged gunman, 36-year-old Jonathan Robinson, fatally shot a woman reportedly being held against her will inside a house on Natalie Street. Authorities say Robinson allegedly shot a Shreveport police officer in the wrist as well before being taken into custody.
It was more than 10. It was 10 at first. They started shooting back at each other. It was ongoing, so it was about anywhere from 20 to 30 shots.
Medics took both victims to University Health Hospital, where Caddo coroner vehicles soon arrived for the woman. As for Jonathan Robinson, officers first took him to the Shreveport City Jail. That's when they say he damaged a water pipe, causing the cell to flood with water. After that disruption, police moved him to the Caddo Correctional Center.
Come out the house! Come out the house!
People could be seen running away from the perimeter of the scene several times during the standoff after either hearing shots fired or a loud boom. An electrician had been on a ladder outside a house when the standoff began next door.
When I got down on the ladder, I walked around to the front, and the police told me to get back in the house and lay down. And, because it was an active shooting. And I laid there for about 30 minutes, and I kept hearing gunshots go on while I was laying down there.
Calvin Thomas says police soon got him out safely before the standoff had ended. Others grew increasingly impatient as they waited for the scene to clear to check on loved ones nearby. Luckily, no bystanders were injured in the ordeal.
The cops were rushed to the hospital where they remain in a stable condition. He was later interviewed at the police headquarters where he gave a detailed reason why he did what he did.
You know, when you just say your wife, you know your wife not strong. And you know people mess with your wife because they know she's not mentally stable. But still, there ain't no excuse for what I did, but I done hurt her so much, and I just got tired of people hurting her. She going through mental stages, and it's like, and everybody laughing at her. And I got tired of it. I told them nobody won't laugh at you no more. I'm tired of hurting her. And ain't no excuse for what I did. I hate it, but man, I'm supposed to protect her. Supposed to protect her. That's my job, protect her.
Tell me what you mean by that, though.
Okay, man, the girl, we have dealings, but it's like a person know, if you know what putting buttons and make them go over the edge and make them be suicidal and stuff, and you still do it, it's like you have no regard for her life. You know she'll go, you know she'll take all these drugs, you know she'll take all these pills and kill herself, and you want to go on social media and bash her, make her look bad, and just, I told her I'd never let nobody hurt her like that no more. I told her, no more.
What happened today?
I asked her, why did you keep doing it? I asked her, I texted her, I called her, why? Stop. She wouldn't stop. I told my girl, I said, I'm going to tell her, I'm going to take care of her for you because she hurt you. And I hurt you, but she daddy won't let up and stop messing with you.
Jonathan has since been remorseful of his actions and wanted to plead guilty to Rannita's murder. But at the time, the prosecution had intended to pursue the death penalty, meaning a guilty plea was not possible. But after consulting Rannita's family about the plea agreement, the death penalty was not sought anymore. In January 2019, Jonathan pleaded guilty to first-degree murder and was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. An additional 100 years were to be served for shooting at the police officers. Anita Williams, Rannita's mother, had this to say about the whole court drama.
I didn't believe in killing nobody. I never believed in killing nobody. Not just him, nobody. Not even an enemy. So why? No, I'm glad justice has been served. Everything is gone. Everything is okay. So I feel a lot better now. Now I can rest. Now me and my family can go on with our life, you know. It's over with. It's no more. So it's nothing else to talk. The decision has been made between us and everybody else. So we feel a lot better. It hurts me. It hurts me so bad. By killing Jonathan, it's not going to bring Rannita back. None whatsoever. So decision has been made, and that's what it is.
Shreveport woman killed on Facebook Live 2 weeks ago is laid to rest today. Josh Rogers takes you inside the funeral where Nunu Williams continues to touch lives in death the way she did in life.
Even in death, Nunu Williams is opening doors. Hundreds shuffling in to hear her message.
I think she would want every female to know that domestic violence should not be tolerated in any shape, form, or fashion. And she also wants y'all to know that it's just not that easy. It don't start with abuse. It starts with love.
Tragically killed by her former partner, Jonathan Robinson, Nunu leaves behind a legacy of kindness and love.
Our sincere condolences to the friends and families of the victim. May Rannita's memory be a blessing for her family and for all who knew her, and may her life and death be an inspiration and a turning point towards justice and increased protection for gun violence victims. Please stay safe and see you guys in the next video.